Hi, welcome to this video. And here is my eBay score. It's I think I paid 15 plus shipping, so maybe $25 or $30 all together for this used Manfrotto pan tilt head, video slash photography head for on eBay. Yeah, so it's around $25-30 US for this thing, and it was used, and it's a Manfrotto video slash photography head for your tripod. And so here it is. I'm going to spin it around so you can see it. You can see it compared to the size of my hand. It's quite big, as you can see, compared to the size of my hand. And yeah, it's try to focus it a little bit better. So yeah, it's the on the label there it says Manfrotto 141 RC NAT 3030G. So yeah, I think if you go Google 141 RC NAT, you'll find it. This one's a khaki green color, so it's kind of a cool color, and it's got these big beefy rubber handles that spin, and you can, when you twist them, they lock, so you can tilt it like that and then it locks. And this thing's built like a tank. It looks like a tank because it's got that green color, but it's also built like a tank. Now here is the up and down, and again you can loosen it up so it's really easy to move, and then if you tighten it, it gets more stiff to move it like that. You can tighten it right up to lock it. So yeah, the only drawback that I got from buying this was that it didn't come with the tripod, the mount. This tripod is really easy to take apart. You can just pull this Allen key, this Allen bolt right here, and you can pull this one too. And then this thing comes out, slides out, and there's like a barrel, like a metal barrel in there, and you can re-grease it. Just for your information, it only goes in one way. So for example, as you can see, it's facing this direction. If you try to mount it facing that direction, it will not work, because there's some metal parts, there's a metal, it's just the way the metal is made. It's got, see this little metal, I don't know if you can see that, but there's like, you can see that it's not the same on both sides. Like there's a metal groove here on this side, on the left side, and for that reason, I tried to put it together facing the other direction, and it would not work, so it only goes back together one way. So if you're having trouble putting it back together, don't force it. You're putting it together the wrong way, so you don't want to break it. So yeah, you can pull these two metal Allen keys out, and then and I also found out there's different types of grease you can buy. You can buy like high viscosity grease, like silicone grease, and it's higher viscosity, so it's like a slower grease. So I just re-greased it. I wiped it all down, and then I put new, I have some bicycle grease, which is maybe not the best stuff to use, but it's for like bicycle repair. So I have some bicycle grease, so I put some bicycle grease in there. If I do actually get some, I know I have some silicone grease. I can't find it, but I do have some kicking around somewhere in my place here. So if I find the silicone grease, I might take it apart and put silicone grease, but I probably wouldn't even bother. But anyways, this one's harder to take apart because I think you have to pull the sticker off and then take this whole thing off, and then the bolt is under here. So I didn't even bother to take that bolt out to re-grease that part. So I actually don't know how old this is, but it looks in pretty new condition. Like it looks like it's really hasn't been used that much. So yeah, it's got those nice big rubber handles. I also noticed on the Manfrotto, for a lot of Manfrotto gear, you can just about buy any part. If any part breaks, you can actually buy spare parts of just about anything. Even for this, I don't know if they still make it. I think you can buy this one brand new for about $50 too. So I think it's got the 1/4 inch screw for mounting on your tripod. I think that's the size of the screw. I'm going to show you the lock system too. So I mounted a shoe on my old tiny JVC camera just to show you how it works. So let's see if we look. So you put it in and press down, and that's how that works. So it's pretty simple. So you can mount your camera. You can see I've got my camera, my tiny JVC camera in there. This is my first JVC camera, and I'll show you. You can see you can pivot it up and down like that, side to side. You can loosen it so it's nice and loose. So yeah, it's not got the damping that the new ones have. Like, you know, you can spend up to $200 on a video head and it with damping and the whole 9 yards, right? So I just thought, I have another video camera that's much bigger that I'm shooting this with, and so I finally decided that I needed to pull the trigger and buy an actual video panning head. So I didn't want to spend upwards of $100 on one of these damping jobs. So I just thought, hey, for this, for $20, I figured why not just give a try for this one first until because I'm not a professional video maker or anything like that. I'm just a hobbyist. But it's a beautiful little piece of gear. Like I said, it's about 6 inches long, so it's not the most portable piece of gear. It feels like a real professional piece of gear. And I have the Arca Swiss system for my other Benro ball head, but this is the Manfrotto system, and I'm going to try to show it to you. It's going to be tricky because I'm using a handheld monopod when I'm shooting this video, so we'll try to do it. So you hold that, and we got to hold the camera too. So how did I do this before? So yeah, I don't know if anybody could see that, but you got to do a two-handed job to take it off. So, and I'll show you the lock system on this thing. So the lock system is like this. So you can pull it open like that. Now it's in the open position, and so once it's in the open position, it's kind of locked in the open position, and then it's got I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a groove on the front of the, you can see the groove on there. There, you can see it there. It's got an angle on the front of the shoe, so that angle, it's better to do it from the side shot. So you can see the angle fits in like that, and then it just presses down like that. Oops, do it again. There. So until you hear the click, and then you know it's in there. And it's also got a lock. See this little, there's a really nice little brass lock here, so you can actually lock it in place, so you can't even move it. And then you can unlock it with this little brass lock, and then you can try to do it one-handed. Oh, sorry. There we go. That's just how you do it. And then again, you got to pull this back. It's like spring loaded, and you just put it in. Click. Clicks in place. So yeah, that's the Manfrotto system, and you have to have a special plate for that, like a Manfrotto base plate that'll fit this system. So mine didn't come with the Manfrotto base plate, so I had to order a couple. You can buy them off eBay. So I was able to get 2 base plates for about $10 on eBay. They're not Manfrotto, they're just sort of knockoff ones, I guess, but they're perfectly fine. They're all metal. So that's the Manfrotto. My eBay score, 141 RCNAT. You see it with the camera there. So it's a nice little system. So if you don't want to go the whole 9 yards and buy, oh yeah, and it's also good too because I have a rack rail system on my other camera, and if you balance the plate, you can move the plate right to the middle, the best balance spot on the camera, so that it's not front weighted or rear weighted. It's the best way to do it, so that it's really nicely balanced. You want to balance your camera so it's really easy to tilt it up and down. So this is a little camera, so it doesn't really matter. It's a tiny camera, and it doesn't. You can't on some cameras. You don't have the option to move the plate. There's one mounting plate hole. There's one mounting hole to mount the plate, so you really don't have the option. But for the bigger cameras that are on rails, you can move the plate around so that you can get the best spot where you want to put it. So anyways, I hope you like that video. It's the Manfrotto 141 RCNAT, or the 3030, I think it's called the 3030G. I don't know. That's the model number, I guess. So yeah, I hope you enjoy that. Nice cheap one. You can get them used for about from $15-20 on eBay, and new, I think they're around $50, so still a good deal, brand new. So this is the Manfrotto, and like I said, you can get any parts for them. They're easy to take apart and service and put new grease in. You can do it yourself. You don't have to take it to a shop to do it. So it's a cool little piece of gear. I really like Manfrotto stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, and check out my other videos.